Stranger Things has finally returned, with Season 5 Volume 1 after over a 3-year break. And wow, what an ending to the first volume that was. We had split stories across the upside, down, the right side up connections, going all the way back to Season 1 and the Duffer Brothers, leading us to think that Vecna was being contained by the military when in actual fact they were laughing at us because they brought back a character that we've been calling pointless for years. The brothers have been cooking, and what they served up was absolutely delicious. So let's dive into the first volume of Season 5 and discuss everything that we saw. Here is Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1 Ending Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. What the ending means for Will. What the ending means for Will. The ending of the final episode was one of the most powerful and revealing scenes that we've ever had in Stranger Things. Not only because it confirmed one of the biggest theories of all, in that Will was essentially this generation's Henry Creel, but also it confirmed that Will possesses powers just like Eleven, and she's not the only one in the group that gets those nosebleeds. Vecna had been targeting the children of Hawkins because he viewed them as weak in the mind and body, but most importantly, he believed that they could be easily broken. They could be reshaped and also controlled. He wanted to rebuild the world through them because they weren't exposed to the darkness in ways that he believed plagued the right side up and tormented him in his younger years. This was why Holly Wheeler was taken, and we saw how easily she was manipulated, with Henry just simply posing as Mr. Watson, a name that wasn't even well thought out by him. It just showed how gullible children could actually be. When Vecna arrived on the military base after annihilating everybody in his path in the most brutal of ways, honestly, when he stuck his hand through that guy's head, it was just so gross, and I even slapped the table because it was just a boss move. He then brought Will over to him and revealed everything to him about why he chose the children, and that it was all because of him, as he was the first that Vecna broke, and he broke so easily. Throughout the entirety of this season and even the show, Will had been the character that was a little uncomfortable in his skin and didn't truly have a sense of belonging or purpose in the group. However, after speaking with Robin in this episode and realizing that the only thing that could allow somebody to move on in life in the way that they truly wanted to was by looking for the answers of what makes them happy within themselves. This was what spurred Will on to access the powers that he didn't even realize that he had. The Demogorgons were about to kill everybody that he cared about, something that he wasn't going to allow to happen, and pushed him to the point where he was emotionally ready to be himself fully, and with his strong connection to the hive mind, which was shown to us during the opening 5 minutes of the season, but also got a focus when we saw how he could quite literally see the Demogorgon's perspective, Vecna's perspective, and Mike even questioning if Will was able to control them when one of the Demogorgons didn't attack Joyce. That was the very thing that he did. He stopped them from attacking and killed them in the exact same way that Vecna killed Chrissy and Fred, with their limbs all bending and cracking, showing that he was basically the same as Vecna. This quite literally showed us that Will is just as deeply connected to the Upside Down as what Vecna is. And even though he was broken once before, that's not going to happen again. There were moments in this season which also connected back to Season 2 with the fact that Will was having the now memories, which at the time he wasn't sure what they were. But now after seeing these 4 episodes, it was the perspectives of the Demogorgons and Vecna's hold. Plus, as well as that, when the hive mind was being burned, we saw Will respond in the same way as he did in Season 2 as well. With Will now holding these powers, it very much feels like he's going to be able to tap into the hive mind more and go on the offensive to look for the secret lair that Vecna didn't want Will to gaze his eyes upon, the place where he's clearly been recovering and is housing the children that he's taken.